Yeah. So you said something else also. It's another concept that has to be part of the consideration. That is, visualize the data. In other words, you don't want to be looking at rows and rows and rows and rows of numbers. It's not going to tell you anything. You can't spot trends. You need to put a picture to the
Absolutely.
numbers and look at the picture. So now what you are saying then is you need to fetch the data on daily basis every day,
Yep.
and you need to store it so that you have cumulative data starting from
Absolutely.
whenever you started to do this.
Yep.
And then you have to visualize it. So these are the, as you would say, prerequisites to do anything meaningful, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's anybody who's in business is either doing just that or doing some form of that, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, you have to, otherwise it becomes you're just looking at an isolated incident. Okay, so now we've gotten our traffic, average order value, and conversion rates. What is there is a single source where you can pick this up from. So tell our listeners where they can pick up this data.
Yeah, so you can pick it up right within Seller Central, within the business reports. You can, download a certain date range of sales and traffic within the SP API. There's a ton of documentation that'll point you exactly where to go. Luckily, Amazon does a really good job at updating. They also have a notifications API where you can see what's changing with their API and get regular, again, what's a data point where, I can find the data, but then what do I do with it? Well, you can set alerts for yourself to know when things are changing with the API. And as Amazon announces those things, you can keep track of it.
Yeah.
But
The one that I use for this exact piece of information is the when you go to business reports, I usually use the detail page, sales and traffic at
yep,
child ASIN level.
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so that one will give you everything per child ASIN, which is what you want at the end of the day. So
Exactly. Yeah, it's helpful to see things at the parent level. But to your point, when the child ASIN really is the foundation of everything that happens on Amazon, because that is, what your inventory number gets attached to as well, which is a very, very crucial kind of like metric within that triad of kind of, how is my business doing with average order value, conversion rate, and sessions, is inventory. You'll still have those three metrics, but if you have no inventory, they'll all be zero. Well, your
yeah,
traffic might not be zero, but your conversion rate and average order value will be zero. So inventory is one of those kind of like devil in the detail things where you've really got to find ways to extrapolate how much inventory you have, what the velocity is, your sell through, so that you can make sure you're always in stock. Because Amazon, as a marketplace, really puts a lot of emphasis on is the product in stock, and going out of stock can severely hurt your organic rank, and then you're stuck trying to play catch up by typically increasing your marketing budget afterwards
yeah,
to try and get you
yeah.
back to a good organic rank.
Well, I mean, once you run out of stock, it becomes downhill because your historical averages start to drop, and
Exactly.
those will take you down in terms of rank.